Well, hello and thanks for joining us for another episode of Garden City Community Chat. We hope you are all safe and doing well. On tonight's show, we welcome back Garden City Mayor Randy Walker. He'll be here to share with us the latest updates and news for our community. He'll also be here to answer any of your questions or concerns you might have, so have them ready. But first up will be Doppler Tom with our weather for us. Hopefully we got a warm up, at least get above normal, right? See if we have any chance of a warm up. So, and also Mike has some community announcements, I think, for us over there.
That's correct.
And much more. So we look forward to chatting with the mayor here shortly. Grab your favorite beverage and join us for the next hour or so. Live right here in Garden City, Michigan. Should be a good one. This is show number 503. It's Thursday, October 29th, 2020. I am your host, Kerry. And also joining me, my co-host, weatherman Doppler Tom Iwinski. Tom, how you doing?
I'm doing well tonight. A little busy in the weather department.
A little bit, huh? Okay. Well, I hope you got some good news for us. And former city councilman and longtime Garden City resident, Mr. Mike Jones. Mike, how are you?
I'm excellent, Gary, but I'm getting better.
Good, good. You know, we have to give a big shout out to all of our listeners and followers of the show who tune in every Thursday night from several surrounding communities. We want you to know your support is greatly appreciated. So please continue to watch, share, and listen. And remember, if your community has any events or announcements coming up or canceled due to COVID-19, what should they do, Mike?
They should email us and let us know, and we'd be glad to advertise that for them.
Exactly. Email those details to us at gccommunitychat@gmail.com, or you can contact us through our website at gccommunitychat.com. And we'll be more than happy to announce that information for you. Okay, we have a lot to get to tonight. And remember, if you have any questions or comments for our guests, be sure to type them in the comment section if you're watching us live on Facebook, or you can text them to 734-788-9319. And we will do our best to get them answered for you. All right, let's get Tom in here with the latest check of the weather, and then we'll spend some time chatting with Garden City Mayor Randy Walker. Okay, let's do a check on weather with Doppler Tom. Let's see what he has in store for the rest of this week and the weekend coming up. Tom, take it away. So are we going to at least get above normal?
No.
It's looking a little chilly for the foreseeable future. So
Chilly.
it's not looking promising.
Oh boy.
It really started this whole cool down last Friday when we had those line of rain and storms moving through, and then the front moved through, and then it really started to cool down over that weekend. And all of this week has been much cooler, and today was no exception. It was definitely a cloudy day. Chilly day, and we're in the 40s right now, and we're going to go down into the mid 30s for low temperatures. So definitely a cold night out there.
Wow.
And as we get into tomorrow, we're going to gradually see those clouds begin to break up throughout the day, and those temperatures aren't really going to respond to those clouds breaking up. They're going to stay in the low 40s for high temperatures. And as we get into the overnight hours on Friday, we'll see clear skies out there, and those temperatures will respond probably into the upper 20s for low temperatures. So definitely going to be a cold night out there. And as we get into the Halloween forecast on Saturday, it's definitely looking like a great Halloween. I don't see any obstacles in our way. The only obstacle I really do see is some cool, chilly temperatures again for the trick-or-treaters out there. But if you have any daytime plans, it looks like it's going to be fairly sunny out there, just a few afternoon and evening clouds. Temperatures are going to be right around 50, so we'll probably see temperatures all throughout the day into the upper 40s. And as we get into the evening hours, again, those temperatures will stay on the chilly side, probably into the mid 40s as we get into that time frame, and dry. So the only downside is going to be a little chilly out there, but it's definitely going to be a dry Halloween. I've had Halloweens in the past, so it's been crazy weather. This one looks like it's going to be a kind of a quieter one, so that's some good news. And as we get into Sunday, we'll see a little bit of those clouds begin to really increase again on Sunday with another system kind of moving through. It ain't going to produce any rain, but it will definitely increase the winds and definitely cloud up the sky a little bit more. And we're going to see temperatures probably staying very constant, though, into the upper 40s. So a little bit on the chilly side again this weekend coming up. And as we get into next week, I don't really see any precip in the forecast as we get into next week. There's going to be a mix of cloud and sun all throughout all of next week. We're definitely going to see a lot more sunshine next week, so enjoy that.
Nice.
And temperatures, unfortunately, are going to stay a little bit on the chilly side to start out the week. We're going to see temperatures continuing to be into the upper 40s as we get into Monday. As we get into Tuesday, they're going to start to increase each day. So as we get into Tuesday, we're going to get into the lower 50s. And as we get into Wednesday, Thursday, and into Friday, temperatures will get into the low to mid 60s. So we're definitely going to see a little bit of increase each day as we get into next week with a little bit of a, dare I say, warm up as we get into next week. Temperatures are definitely going to respond to a lot more sunshine out there, and the wind direction is going to bring in some mild air as well. And as we get into next week, we're definitely going to be looking forward to that. Other than that, that's our weather. It's been fairly busy weather across the United States. We've had another landfalling hurricane season yesterday, and throughout the day, it's been affecting the eastern United States with a lot of damaging winds, a lot of rain. And believe it or not, this system made landfall last evening, and it's already at the mid-Atlantic and moving off the coast of the Atlantic right now. So it's been a fast-moving system out there. Yeah. And unfortunately, it's been causing a lot of power outages as well. There's been millions of people without power all across the southeastern United States with those strong winds out there. This is we're up to Zeta now with names.
Jeez.
And unfortunately,
Alpha, Beta, Gamma, Delta, Zeta. Yeah, okay.
Unfortunately, there is more activity in the Atlantic right now.
Eta,
And
Theta,
there's probably
Lambda.
going to be another name storm as we get into
what to go to next?
next year, and it will be Eta will be the
Okay.
name of this system.
Then
And
Theta.
listen to this.
Yeah.
This has never happened in the history of the hurricane season. We have
Really?
never got past Zeta. Zeta happened in 2005.
Wow.
And that was like the last boundary. Then we're now moving into uncharted territories as we get into the next system that will probably develop. Not saying
That's
it's going to affect
insane.
the U.S. at this time, but like this hurricane season has been ever changing, and we'll definitely keep you updated on that. So the busy hurricane season continues, and
If we get to Omega, we're in real trouble.
Right.
and that system, like I said, is moving off the East Coast. That's what brought our cloudy skies today. That was Zeta kind of waving goodbye to us.
Yeah.
We didn't really see much significant rainfall with that system. We saw some drizzle move through, but the good news is that that system's moving out to sea, and we're going to enjoy a nice weekend out there. So enjoy that and have a safe Halloween. But if you want to keep tuned to all my local weather information, just go to my website, DopplerTomsWeather.com.
All right. Thank you, Tom. It's the best we can do, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Just a quick reminder, our show streams live every Thursday evening at 8 p.m. So we hope that you'll set aside some time to join us, and be sure to invite your friends to join in as well. You can do one of those watch parties and on Facebook and invite your friends. Also, if you go to our Facebook page, be sure to follow us, and you'll be reminded whenever our show is streaming live. And while you're there, feel free to leave us a review. We would really appreciate it. You can also get more information and contact us as well by visiting our website at gccommunitychat.com. All right, I just wanted to acknowledge a few people in the chat room here. We have Tina Wing. She is at the Straight Farmhouse selling masks.
Says it's
Kathy-
cold.
Huh?
She says it's cold.
Yeah. Kathy Ward's in there. How you doing, Kathy? Hope you're feeling better.
Yeah.
Lynn Hammond's in there. She has a couple questions for the mayor tonight. I will get to those. Kim Marquette, she says that they have opened up more times for tomorrow night. Get your tickets at sfh.ludus.com. We will mention that as well. Tina says it's cold there. Yeah. Mrs. Chat says, happy Halloween. Stay safe to everybody. Westland Mayor William Wild is in there. How you doing, Mayor? Thanks for joining us. Terry Krausen, Sherry Lynn Bauer, Doug Carey. How you doing, Doug? Good to see you guys. Thanks for joining us. All right, let's introduce our guest for tonight. He's back once again to share with us news about our community. Please welcome our good friend, Mayor Randy Walker. How you doing, Mayor?
Gary, Mike,
How are you? We're doing good. You doing good? Everything good?
everything's good.
Everybody's healthy?
Yes, sir.
All right, awesome. Well, let's get to it. We have a historical election coming up, probably the biggest election in U.S. history. How's the city handling it so far?
Yeah, it's definitely going to be probably the biggest election in United States history.
Yeah.
Our poll workers have been trained and are ready for the election. You can vote now at City Hall by coming in and filling out the paperwork for an absentee ballot. If you want to vote early, bring your photo ID, fill it out, sign it, seal it, deposit it into the ballot box here at City Hall. All absentee ballots will be opened and counted on Election Day. So if and then on Election Day, all 10 precincts will be open. If you want to vote in person, we will have sanitation stations at each polling station. We ask that you wear your mask. No candidate T-shirts, slogans, buttons are allowed in the polling areas. And the polls will be open from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. on Election Day. If you want to vote early, the absentee route, which I just mentioned, City Hall's open 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. tomorrow. Saturday, they're going to be open 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. And then Monday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. So we are ready for it. I'll give you a little history.
Yeah.
For Garden City in 2016, the presidential election,
Yeah.
we had a total of 12,817 total votes for both candidates. That was 61% of our 22,000 registered voters voted. As of 2:30 p.m. today, we've already had 8,157 absentee ballots issued and 6,472 already returned. It looks like we will get a lot more than 61% registered voters voting on this presidential election.
Wow, that is huge.
It's going to be big.
It's going to be big. Well, that's good to know everybody's trained and ready to go. It's going to be a long day, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
So let's move on to new business. How's the new business situation looking in Garden City? Anything?
Well, for a COVID year, I think we're doing pretty good. Our McDonald's is coming along at Ford and Millbelt. They're looking to open before December 1st of this year.
Wow.
Checkers Hamburgers is also moving right along at Ford and Merriman. They should be opening soon as well. Then we got Carrot Top Sports moving into the old Carmack building. We have 2 new hair salons coming on Ford Road, one in the 27,000 block and one in the 32,000 block. There's also a new martial arts coming in the 32,000 block of Ford Road, and a new chiropractor on Ford Road. I don't know what block that's in, but so we have a lot of new businesses starting up. And for a COVID year, that's I would say we're doing pretty good.
Yeah, for them to even attempt to open a business during COVID, that's something. I'm glad they chose Garden City. That's for sure.
Absolutely.
That's cool. All right. Let's just okay. Well, let's go to this first. What can you tell us about this new policy that was passed by City Council? It's called the Gathering Policy.
Gathering policy for walks, marches, parades, street closures, rallies, gatherings, assemblies, protests. We looked and we didn't really have anything in place. If you look at some of these other cities, especially with the protest, some of them getting out of hand. So we made some changes. Now these are for block parties, street closings, 5K races, walks, assemblies. You come in and you get a permit. Permit is free, doesn't cost nothing, except if it includes street closings, which we have to have additional police officers, then
Right.
then there'll be a charge, and that will be determined on how many city employees have to work for your thing. But most of them
Sure.
would be free. But as far as protest, if you don't register and get a permit, you will be sent on your way and not allowed to gather. But the person signing the permit, if there's any damage done, if the protest goes sideways,
Yeah.
the person signing the permit is going to be liable for the
Respond.
damage.
Yeah.
So
Mhm. Good.
So that's good. You're being proactive, really. you know.
exactly,
Yeah.
absolutely. So that's you know,
That's the
we
justice.
don't want no free for all. You
Right.
know,
You don't mind if they protest, just do it
No,
reasonably.
absolutely not. But
Mhm.
we need to know who you are, when you're going to be there,
Yeah.
what time, what place. The city has the right for the time and place under the First Amendment. They have the right to gather, but we have a right to know the time and the place. And
Sure.
so
Makes
we're
sense.
just dotting our I's and crossing our T's.
Yeah.
But most of them will be block parties and
Right.
the simple stuff. So.
Mhm.
Street gatherings, 5K races, walks, rallies, parades, stuff like that. And like I said, there's no charge unless we got to have additional police officers, like blocking roads for a parade or
Right.
maybe a block party if DPS has to come and put out barricades, but most of them are going to be free.
Well, according to the numbers, the gatherings are going to be few and far between, hopefully.
Yeah.
So numbers
Yeah.
should be down.
We only had one recently, and that was at the Ford Middle Belt, and I think it was like 22 people, and it was peaceful and nothing got out of hand. But
Yeah.
we looked and said, "Wow, we don't have nothing in place."
Mhm.
So we passed this new policy to cover ourselves. So
Yep. Yep. Makes sense. Very good. Well, speaking of numbers, you got the COVID numbers for us, and unfortunately, they're not real good, are they?
no, for Michigan, new cases today was 3,675.
Set
We
a
had
one-day
four-
record.
41 deaths today, but some of those were vital records review.
Mhm.
And to date, the state of Michigan's had 7,298 deaths. And then moving on to Wayne County, we had 268 new cases today, 5 new ones here in Garden City.
Yeah.
We're still holding 17 deaths in Garden City,
Mhm.
and
Thank
Wayne
God.
County's had 1,344 deaths to date from COVID.
Yeah.
So my advice is to continue to social distance, wear your mask, frequent hand washing. Now, I got some information. I called the CEO of Garden City Hospital, Sanjay
Yeah.
George, and I picked his
Mhm.
brain a little bit. I told him I was coming on this show, and I said, "How
Right.
are we doing?" Because I remember in the peak, March and April, they had over 180 patients.
Yes.
And I said, "What's the difference between March and now?" He said, "Total difference." He says they've had less than 10 patients admitted for the last 3 months. He said
Oh,
we
wow.
haven't went over 10 COVID patients,
That's
and
good.
he said, and the deaths are due to COVID are way down. He said
wow.
most of the people are getting better and going home, and have a
Wow.
few mild symptoms. Hardly nobody's going on ventilators anymore. I said, "Well, why is that?" He said, "Well, they were first doing hydrochloroquine
Yes.
and vitamin C, vitamin D, and zinc.
Right.
And now they're doing that Regeneron, vitamin
Mhm.
C, vitamin D, and zinc. And I guess this Regeneron I think that's what President Trump had.
That's making a difference.
And it's making a huge difference. And he said people are getting better and getting out of there quicker. But
Yeah.
he said the deaths we've been holding 17 for a long time. So,
Yeah.
you know,
I got to admit, Garden City's doing very well. I really are compared to other communities.
Relatively, yeah.
Relative, yeah.
absolutely. But what you're seeing is a lot more cases, but we're doing a lot more testing.
Right.
And a lot of people are testing positive. Some of them aren't really they're having real mild symptoms.
Yeah.
Very few are getting hospitalized. And like I said, if they are, he says they're getting better and getting released. So the numbers sound bad, but if you look at the deaths in Wayne County and Garden City,
Yeah.
And the hospitalization, like I said, he said they have they have not had over 10 COVID patients in the last 3 months. Sometimes they're down to 5, 4, then it goes back up to 7 and 8.
Sure.
He says they haven't been over 10 in 3 months.
Wow.
So, and I remember talking to him, we got 180, we got 160, we're back up to 170. I mean, back in March, April, and May, it was bad. So
Yeah.
evidently these new medicines are making a difference. And
Well, the more they,
Responsibility of the citizens is
yeah, it is. Right.
locally has been good.
Yeah, it has been. Really has.
Yep.
All right, let's move on to how about roads updates? We got a lot of roads done this year.
well, yes. And I guess I was out of town for 5 days. I was down in Myrtle Beach, but
Right.
I guess we had some rain while I was gone because they were supposed to be doing the approaches. And I drove the whole city today, and I did finally find them. They were doing the approaches on Hubbard
Mm-hmm.
and between Marquette and Ford Road.
Okay.
They said they're going to be doing approaches tomorrow, Saturday, and all next week. They plan to get them all done, weather permitting, by the end of next week.
Yeah.
Shoulder work on some of the streets need shoulder work done. That's going to start on Monday,
Mm-hmm.
weather permitting.
Right.
And then I just want to let the residents know we want to be a walkable city.
Mm-hmm.
And, we ask residents to replace their sidewalks or, keep them maintained. And we said, well, how can we tell the residents that if we don't even have our act together? So
Right.
we've installed sidewalks at all of our city parks.
Yeah, I just saw that on
They're
Marquette
Manor, Kiwanis, Helen,
Rotary.
Rotary. They all got brand new sidewalks. So to make it, a walkable community.
Mm-hmm.
And I think what you're going to see, the people that are grandfathered like you, Carrie,
Mm-hmm.
we're not going to make you get a new sidewalk, but when the property changes hands, they'll have to put a sidewalk in. So when you sell your house,
Gotcha.
between you and the new owner,
Right.
a new sidewalk's going to have to be put in. I think that's the route we're going.
Okay.
But we eventually want to everybody have a sidewalk be ADA compliant.
Yeah.
So kids and people in wheelchairs don't have to, when they're walking around the block, they come to a house that doesn't have a sidewalk. They have to go out into the road.
Sure.
And so, that's why we're trying to.
Speaking of sidewalks, Mayor, and wheelchairs, I put it up on the screen there. Doug Carey has one. Is there anything the city can do about the low-hanging tree branches over the sidewalks? I try to take my wife for a walk. Either I'm hitting my head or almost falling due to the walks lifted up, but still love Garden City. And she, by the way, is in a wheelchair. She's wheelchair bound.
Absolutely. Call DPS, give them the address where the tree needs trimming, and they should get on it. And
Tell the mayor sent you.
everybody should have a golden book. We mail them to everybody's house.
Yes.
That has all the phone numbers
Mm-hmm.
for all the departments. Call DPS and tell them where these trees that need to be trimmed. Tell them when you're walking around the block, you have to duck because the tree limbs are hanging in your face.
Right.
But use that golden book. That's why we put it out there.
Okay. Also, Mayor, Lynn Hammond she wants to know any update on the road work at the intersection of Pardo and Farmington. I guess, is there a lot of equipment there in that?
No, there's
Yeah. Well, they should be
just
cleaning that up at the end of the season.
Okay.
Farmington is on the list for next year from Ford to Marquette, both sides.
Mhm.
So they'll be doing Farmington next year, but they're the Pardo, the Donnelly, all that should be getting their approaches. They should be cleaning that mess up.
All right. And she has a follow-up too, Mayor. Also regarding the sod that was put down, they didn't stamp it down or roller the topsoil before laying it, and it is soft and sinks drastically if a car tire rolls over it. Hate to be a Debbie Downer, but that is the reality. She says they did call it in, but no updates.
Okay. If she can text me or text you, and then you get it to me. Give me an address at where this is at, and then when I get the information, I can get it to Bucelli and have him get on the contractor to look at that.
Okay.
it's on
Okay.
Pardo at Farmington, just
Yeah.
on the west side.
Right. West side. But I'll get the address. And
Okay.
I'll send it to you. All right. Where are we at now? Tree planting. We got tree plants. The trees are going to be going in.
Yeah, over the years, Garden City's lost a lot of trees to the Dutch elm disease.
Right.
And then you also lose trees, car accidents, people run into them, then cut them down,
Mhm.
or people cut them down for various reasons. But we are Garden City. And when you drive down the street, all you see is cement.
Right.
It's, we're trying to not only beautify the city,
Right.
but that also increases property values too. But we've already planted several trees along Inkster Road from Ford Road to Warren.
Mhm.
We planted a bunch on the medians on Maplewood from
Right.
Inkster to I know Henry Ruff. I don't know if it went past there. And we're going to be planting 53 trees
Wow.
on Marquette in the median from Inkster Road all the way to Radcliffe.
Oh, wow.
53 trees, and that's contracted through Davy Tree.
Mhm.
That's paid for by the Act 51 road money.
Mhm.
You're allowed to do that. It enhances the road amenities, and it also, like I said, improves property values. It beautifies the road. So
Sure.
that's being paid for by Act 51 money, not out of our general fund.
Cool.
You'll see 53 trees going in on Marquette for the whole length of the city.
Wow. Awesome. Mark Mukovitz, he says that Maplewood looks great. I mean, Elizabeth, I'm sorry.
It does. It turned out great.
Thank you, Mark.
As I said, road construction is a pain to go through for everybody.
It
And
is
we realize that, but
in the long run.
when in the long run, when it gets done, it's beautiful. You're not bouncing around potholes. I mean,
Right.
it's a pain to go through, but it's worth it when the project is completed.
Now you said we have 100 miles of road roughly in Garden City.
101.
101. How many miles have we done so far, would you say?
Oh, I don't have that number off the top of my head, but again, it's a 5-year program. This is
And
only year 2.
Okay, so we got
And I'll be announcing all the streets at a council meeting in December
Okay.
for next year.
Yeah.
But at the end of this 5 years, you're going to see our
big
streets
improvement.
absolutely beautiful.
Awesome. Awesome. Mike, did you have something to say?
Yeah, just a personal thing they did Donnelly. The street is just infinitely better in terms of smoothness and so forth.
Mhm.
The only inconveniences we had other than the dust and the noise was one day we had to avoid parking on the street.
And walk in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
In fact, it was less than one day. It was like
that's
10 hours.
right. That's part of progress, right? That's
Yeah.
what we need, Let's see what else we got. Oh, they did something to the track in City Park, right?
All new asphalt track all around the park. I think it's 1.2 miles.
Wow.
Fantastic.
Completely redone. All new asphalt track for
Awesome.
joggers, walkers. So
And unfortunately, due to COVID, Veterans Day ceremony had to be canceled, huh? I know that's something close to you and my heart.
yeah, it's in the auditorium at the school, and it just with COVID and most of your veterans are older, and that's the ones that really got to watch out for with COVID-19.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a tough
we
decision.
didn't feel it was a smart thing to do.
Right, right.
Hopefully, we can have a good Memorial Day and Veterans Day next year.
Yeah, let's cross our fingers, boy. That's for sure.
But I'd like to remind the residents
Yeah,
to keep your property up, keep Garden City looking great, cut your grass, and this time of year, rake your leaves. A lot of people are not raking their leaves. And then when it starts snowing, clear your sidewalks of snow
right.
within 24 hours after the snowfall stops. And then to the residents, please read, the Observer doesn't really cover Garden City that well anymore.
No.
We got the Buzz newsletter that we put in every water bill,
Here.
and we're trying to keep you informed of what's going on in Garden City,
Yep.
with events, with road work. So please take the time to read the newsletter in the water bill, and you will stay informed. So,
Yeah, don't throw it away. Check it out. What else
absolutely.
we got here? Oh yeah, read the Buzz. That's about it.
That's about it. That's what everything I wanted to cover tonight. Appreciate you having me on the show.
Yeah,
Always
absolutely.
Good to be on show number 503.
503. Yep. Can you believe it?
Absolutely. But no, No, good things are happening in Garden City.
Yeah.
And just stay tuned. The roads are going to be getting fixed each year, and each year we're getting there. And I know a lot of people are frustrated. Why not my road? You can't do them all in the same year.
Right.
It's a 5-year plan. We'll get to you.
Yep. It takes time,
patient.
that's for sure.
Be patient.
Rome wasn't built in a day, huh?
That's right.
All right, Mayor. Anything else? That's it?
That's it. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
All right, you take care. Hold on. I got something. Let's see. Lynn Hammond wants to know, is there any snow removal help on sidewalks for the senior citizen homeowners that you know of?
Not that I'm aware of. And you could contact your local Boy Scouts or certain organizations like that. They may help out. But no.
Yeah, we have a private company that does it for us.
Yeah. We actually have somebody we hire too, does it all year. So Mrs. Chat says, congrats to your grandson, Anthony. You want to just mention that? Give him a shout out where you were in Myrtle Beach?
Yeah, he wrestles for Catholic Central, and they had a big Super 32 elite. All the elite wrestlers in the United States come there every year, and he won his first 4 matches, and then he lost the next 2. But he is ranked 19th in the nation at his weight class, which is huge.
That's phenomenal.
And I think he's number 2 in the state of Michigan right now.
Wow.
So
very proud of him.
Senior?
No, he's only a junior.
Wow.
Yeah, just a junior.
He made the wrestling team. He made the varsity wrestling team at Catholic Central as a 9th grader, as a freshman.
Wow.
And that's almost unheard of.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
A freshman on varsity. Think of that.
Wow. And what was he in the nation? 19th?
19th in the nation. He's ranked right now.
Holy cow.
After this weekend, they moved him up to 19.
Wow.
There was 128 elite wrestlers, and he finished 12th. I found out, Cheryl was asking me that.
Yeah.
He came in 12th out of 128, and then they ranked him 19th in the nation. So we're very proud of him.
Yeah, I bet. Holy cow. Well, congratulate him for us as well. Looks like a scholarship down the road, hopefully.
Oh, yeah. Division I.
Yeah, there you go. All right, Mayor, thank you very much for coming on. You know you're welcome back anytime.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, keep in touch. We'll see you.
Yep. Bye-bye.
Bye. All right, Mayor Walker, a lot of good information there.
Yep.
Thanks for the questions, too. A lot of good questions. Hope we got you answers for you. And we're going to move on now. All right. Mike, I think you're ready to do some announcements.
Okay.
Mayor did the COVID numbers, so I'm off the hook tonight.
Yeah.
You know, I did want to mention real quick before we get to your announcements. Straight Farmhouse, they have several events going on. And I'd like you to go to their Facebook page at facebook.com/GC Straight Farmhouse. It's all one word. And click on their events, and they have a ton of them, I think, through November. They got the Skeletons on Review. You worked at, I believe, Wednesday.
I worked it last night.
And very, very cool. I saw it was laid out over
Very cool is a proper description.
little chilly.
Both figuratively and
And also that runs through the 30th. We're going to go Friday. Snowman greeting card magnets are November 6th at 6:30. The holiday craft making cookie party is sold out. That was for November 11th. So they sold that out. But anyway, you can visit the farmhouse at Wednesdays and Saturday from noon to 3 p.m. That's their normal business hours. You can go over there, take a look around, take a free tour. Donations are always welcomed. And it's really, really some fun events that they got going on over there. So go to their Facebook page, check out their events, and I'm sure they have something for you.
they probably had, I'm guessing, 150, 200 people go through last night.
Oh, nice.
They're expecting 850 for the 3
And I think they're
days.
doing them in different times, right?
Right.
So, because of COVID.
And we did have a few no-shows, so they were able to get some people in that had not previously purchased a ticket.
Oh, okay. And a couple vendors over there too, I think.
There were- right.
Donut ladies over there. Karen.
There were 3 vendors. They had the hot roasted almonds.
Oh, I like
They're
that.
very good.
Yes.
They had the mini donuts.
Oh,
mini
yeah. Did you
donuts.
get a bucket?
No, I didn't. I got one donut
Oh,
from
wow.
Cheryl's bucket.
Oh, okay.
And they also had a vendor who was selling hot dogs, sausages, funnel cakes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Funnel cakes. Oh, my gosh.
Mhm.
A lot of good stuff going on over there.
Yeah.
That's great. It's great to see. All right, we're going to get Mike in here and let me cue up his song. Okay, anytime tonight.
Well, that'll be the day when you say goodbye. Yes, that'll be the day.
Okay, it's
When
time
you
for some
make me
community
cry,
announcements.
say you're
So
gonna
let's get
leave.
Mike in here.
You know
Mike.
it's a lie, 'cause that'll be the day, hey, hey, when I die.
All right.
Oh, boy.
Good job, man.
Thank you.
All right. What you got?
All right. We got an announcement from the library.
Oh, yeah.
They'd like to give us an update on what's going on. They had hoped to start allowing the public inside the library next week for quickly browsing the collections. However, the way the COVID-19 numbers are trending, we have made the hard decision to delay that indefinitely.
Mm.
However, we do have computers available for half-hour sessions, and we now have Chromebooks and Wi-Fi hotspots available for checkout. We also allow patrons inside for photocopying and faxing. To arrive at our decision, we have tracked the COVID-19 cases on a statewide, county, and city level from August 50, from 8:54. What's that?
I don't know.
Hey, James, you got to work on your dates here. On October 1st to 2365 yesterday. Okay.
Oh, okay.
854 deaths on October 1st,
Ah,
23,605 yesterday.
yes.
But maybe those new cases are happening out west or up north. Well, Wayne County's 7-day average has grown from 74 to 186. As for Garden City's new cases, 34% of all cases in COVID in Garden City have been reported in September and October. In August, we had 28 new cases. In September, that jumped to 59. And so far in October, 71 new cases. We will continue to monitor the numbers and hope that soon begin to trend downward. When that eventually occurs, we will
Yeah.
revisit our plans.
I don't know if that's going to be for a while, but
Yeah,
Hopefully.
the trends are not looking good.
not looking good at
Not
all.
in Michigan, not in the country.
No.
Although I was relieved to know that the White House declared that they had defeated the COVID virus the other day.
Yeah.
That was very reassuring.
Yes. Yes.
They have such a great track record of truth. Wear your mask. Science tells us that mask wearing slows and stops the spread of COVID. When visiting your library, masks are required for entry. Libraries are taking extra measures to keep patrons and staff safe from further spread of the coronavirus. Thank you for your patience and support. Unfortunately, the Garden City Community Shred Day, scheduled for October 31st, has been canceled. That also will include the mobile Secretary of State prescription drug disposal and the home pantry food donations.
Mm.
Okay, this one we've already referred to. New item for checkout at the Garden City Library. They have Chromebooks and Wi-Fi hotspots that can be checked out for a week. They can be checked out separately or together according to your needs. There are no renewals and no holds can be placed on the equipment. Please come and ask to check them out. When returning, please bring the equipment back into the lobby of the library. Do not put them in the drop box.
Right.
This new equipment was funded in part from a Library Services and Technology grant from the Institute of Museum and Library Services administered by the Library of Michigan. The next council meeting will be on November 9th at 7 p.m. in the council chambers located at 6000 Middle Belt. We urge all residents to attend and, of course, please wear your masks.
Mm.
We got an announcement here from Angels Above Baby Grounds. With the approaching holidays, as you think of making donations to your favorite charities, please remember Angels Above Baby Gowns. We are in great need of funding for shipping expenses of our burial packages to hospitals across the country. We also have a wish list on Amazon Smile under Angels Above Baby Gowns and a PayPal account. There's a link to our page. Thank you for your generosity. Please mail your donations to Angels Above Baby Gowns, 251 Hubbard, Garden City, 48135.
Yeah, they do a great job.
Yes, they do. That's a great service for a family that's going through some real stressful times.
Exactly.
City of Wayne needs to hire individuals immediately for their homebound senior meal delivery program. Meals on Wheels is a Wayne County program housed within the City of Wayne that offers meal delivery to homebound seniors or individuals 60 and over. Drivers would be needed on Mondays for approximately 5 hours to deliver meals to seniors with the city. The rate of pay is $9.95 or $9.65 per hour. I think that's more than you got in Garden City, wasn't it, Jay?
Yeah.
A vehicle will be
Yeah.
provided by the City of
We didn't
Wayne.
get that either.
Ooh, applications are available at the city clerk counter, 3355 South Wayne Road in Wayne, Michigan, or on our website, cityofwayne.compdfs. I'm not even going to try to pronounce it, /employapp.pdf. City of Wayne is an equal opportunity employer and does not discriminate on the basis of race, color, national origin, sex, religion, age, or disability in employment or the provision of services. Please call Lori Goulin, Community Development Director. We hope to get her on our show, I think, as Lori Goulin. Isn't she somebody you wanted to try to get on the show?
Yes.
Her number is 734-722-2002.
Yeah, I'm gonna get her and Councilwoman
Yeah,
back.
right. With some technical difficulties with that.
Yeah, she had pretty bad reception for sure.
There is a holiday open house on November 15th from 2 to 7 p.m. with store-wide sales and giveaways, refreshments, and music at the Helium Studio, 3127 South Wayne Road in Wayne, and the Create Sound Makery, 5909 Middle Belt Road in Garden City.
Mm-hmm.
Here's some store closings for Thanksgiving. Bath and Body Works, Bed Bath and Beyond, Best Buy, Costco, Dick's Sporting Goods, GameStop, Home Depot, Kohl's, Macy's, REI, Sam's Club, Target, and Walmart. Meijer, of course, will be open. They only close on Christmas Day.
Wow, good for those retailers.
Yeah,
They deserve that off
and it gives
the employers.
their employees a chance to spend some time with their family or by themselves in their basement.
Right, exactly. Hey, Lynn Hammond says Garden City Library is also collecting empty Altoid tins for a future project. You can drop them off at the library.
God,
Thank you, Lynn.
I got to eat all those Altoids in order to get an empty tin. Okay, I got a box of
Or you
them.
can dump them out in a Ziploc bag.
I suppose. Garden City Parks and Recreation is having a fall craft night Tuesday, November 24th from 5:30 to 6:30 at the Maplewood Community Center. $6 for kids. Limited 12 kids. Register by November 20th. Leaf print cards, mason jar luminaries.
Wow.
Call 734-793-1850 or visit the information desk to register. Fight Flu. Western Wayne Family Health Centers will be administering flu shots for no cost on November 25th from 1 to 4 at the Maplewood Community Center. Got mine at Walgreens a couple weeks ago. No, not at Walgreens. I could have got it at Walgreens. I got it from my cardiologist, actually.
Yeah, we both got our flu shots last week, and Cheryl got a shingle shot, the first one.
Okay, save the date. Garden City Goodfellas having their paper sales from November 27th to 29th at the usual intersections.
Oh, yeah, by the way, plug the marketplace. You can hold that up. The marketplace for November is out. Don Nicholson Enterprise, and Gail Nicholson does a great job on Westland and Garden City's paper. So you're going to want to pick that up at your favorite venue around town. A lot of restaurants have them.
Okay, Shop Small Saturday is November 28th. Garden City tree lighting is going to be November 30th. That has not been canceled. That will take place.
As of now, yeah.
Yep. That's as I said, on November 30th, it's going to be from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. at the Commons corner,
Mhm.
northwest corner, Ford Road and Middle Belt. That's usually a good time. They have some cocoa, they do some caroling,
It is a good time. It's just,
dress warmly.
that many people, that close distance. I don't know.
Yeah,
We'll have to see what happens. Just
Okay, what else do I got?
maintain your distance.
Okay, Garden City Goodfellows, reminder about their paper sales.
Yeah, they'll be at all the intersections.
Any
Major.
donations, big or small, is welcome. Feel free to send checks to, I sent mine,
Mhm.
to Garden City Goodfellows, P.O. Box 2407 to Garden City, Michigan, 48135.
Yep, we got ours. Yep.
What else do I have in here? The Garden City Public Library has a mental logo shirt.
Oh, yeah. T-shirt,
Sizes are small to 3X. They're $15 any size, cash only, exact change. It's really
Yeah, hold that up there. Yeah.
quite a shirt.
There you go. Right there. Perfect. Garden City Public Library. Yeah, that looks good.
Yep.
$15 helps support the library and maybe their building fund, I guess.
Yeah, my wife would be really happy if I brought home another T-shirt.
Yeah, me too.
I
I got so many now. It's
Yeah,
unbelievable.
I can't even get them all in one dresser drawer.
I know. Oh, I got like 3 dresser drawers and a closet full. Yeah, it's crazy.
I think that's pretty much it for tonight, Gary.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you, sir. All right. Let's move on. Have you guys considered being a guest on our show? Or maybe you know someone who might be interested as well? If so, it's very easy. You can contact us through our website at gccommunitychat.com. Send us your name, email address, and a brief message, and we'll get back to you within 24 hours. Or you can message us on Facebook. During this time, we'll do the show remotely and safely from the comfort of your home or office, just like we did tonight. Maybe you own a business or belong to an organization. You'd like to share your information with us and the surrounding communities. If so, contact us today. We look forward to hearing from you. Anything else you want to discuss before we sign off? Michigan State, big game today. They're going to have Lions. They're going to have 500 people in the stands.
Wow. And
Friends and family.
and 65,500 empty seats.
Yeah, right.
At U of M, there'll be even more empty seats.
Yeah, Michigan, big favorites in that game.
Yeah, that they were surprisingly good against Minnesota. I
Oh,
didn't expect them to look that
I
good.
did not think so either.
And Michigan
Minnesota,
State was surprisingly
terrible.
inefficient. Michigan State had some good passing offense, but they just shot themselves in the foot too many times.
Yeah, but I'm liking Michigan team. They look good. Milton looked good. We got great running game.
Oh yeah,
So
it'll be interesting.
Yeah, I think
we'll
they
see
should
what
only
happens
get
when
better.
See
Really,
what happens when they play Wisconsin. That's the
Ohio.
next big game they
Yeah.
got.
Yeah.
But I guess Wisconsin has got some health problems. They got to cancel their game with
And
Nebraska.
What about Indiana? Indiana, big upset there.
Yeah, they're going to be a lot tougher than you had planned on.
Exactly. And then I see where Chicago White Sox signed Tony La Russa.
Did they do it really?
Tony La Russa. He's
Well, that-
74, I think they said.
Something like that. That's good. That's
he was.
that's one less competitor for the Tigers to that leaves the field even more open for them.
I just saw where they're interviewing Hinch
Yeah, I'm
from
and-
Texas, right? Houston.
and Corey, the two guys that were suspended because of the
Cheating.
cheating stuff,
Yeah, I'm not.
they couldn't
thrilled with
interview them
that,
until
but-
after the World Series was
Right,
over. Their
right,
suspension
exactly. Yeah, right.
So it'll be interesting. They've interviewed or have shown interest in about a dozen people.
Well, they need somebody that's going to be able to get these kids to,
They're at a critical stage.
They
They
are.
got talent that's about ready to hit the majors. They need somebody who's going to have the patience and know how to develop them. And
Yep. You can't, rebuild forever.
no,
We need to start competing.
although the Lions have tried it,
Yeah, that's going to be interesting. Should be a good game.
this will be a challenge for the Lions because they're playing a good team for the first time in like 3 weeks.
Yeah, right. Exactly. All right. Yeah, I think they're 4-2, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
The Colts, and they're playing here, right?
Yeah. So we'll have the home field and all the crowd advantage.
Yeah, all 500 of them. All right. And with that said, I think we're ready to call this a podcast. Special thanks to our guest, Garden City Mayor Randy Walker. Does a great job of keeping us informed. Also, thanks to my co-host, Opera Tom Iwinski, and Mike Jones. Great job as always.
Thank you.
And thanks to all of you for your support and watching and listening to us each and every week. It's very much appreciated. Remember, this show will be available right after we sign off on facebook.com/GCChat. And then a little later on our YouTube channel at youtube.com/communitychatshow. Be sure to click on the red subscribe button on the YouTube channel. We would appreciate it. Check them out, especially if you tuned in late tonight and you missed all the information that was provided by the mayor. And as we always do at the end of the show, we want to thank all of the healthcare workers, first responders, police and fire, everyone on the front lines who serve and protect us every day. It's getting worse. It really is. They interviewed, I think, a nurse today on TV, and
Oh yeah, it was something else.
just broke down. He couldn't take it anymore.
He had like 19 patients that he'd held their hand
Yeah.
as they died.
And that one, he left the room and passed away while I wasn't there. He said it'll never happen again.
Yeah.
He died alone.
Some of these people are working 12-hour shifts and then overtime.
Yeah. And then they got to go home and quarantine themselves. One guy's sleeping in the basement
Yeah.
so he doesn't see his family. I'll tell you, we can't thank you guys enough. Be safe, and we want you to know that your families and you are in our thoughts and prayers every day. And when you see any of these heroes, please let them know how much you appreciate them, okay? All right. Thank you, Lynn. Appreciate it for being there, and hope we got all your questions answered. I will pass that information on to the mayor, too. All right. Remember, the success of a community depends on the community, so please support your local businesses. They need that support now more than ever, that's for sure. Now they got more stuff imposed on them. I guess they can only limit 6 people to a table. Gatherings of what is it, 10 now or something from
like
100?
that. Yeah.
And they have to take the patrons' names and phone numbers now as they come in for tracking purposes.
So that they can do
That ain't going to happen.
yeah.
You're going to have so many people bucking that. It's unbelievable.
Well, strictly speaking, they can tell them you either give it to us or we can't serve you.
Yeah. And then you know what happens, right? Then the fight breaks out, blah, 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 so on, so on.
Business goes to hell.
They'll just give a fake name or number. That's all that's going to happen.
Don't give them any.
These
Yeah,
people,
scary.
they will. They will. They've already mentioned that. So look, be sure to support the small businesses when you can, and please mask up. We need to get these numbers down, and it's up to each and every one of us to do it. And if you see something,
Say something.
absolutely. For all your weather information, be sure to head on over to doppertomsweather.com. He's got a great user-friendly website over there with radar and everything. He does Tom works hard. Tom works hard on that. He works at Barson's. He goes to school full time. He does the weather full time. He's a busy guy. Busy guy.
He's very dedicated to that.
He really is. He really is. Well, that's what he's going to school for, meteorology. So,
Mhm.
all right, we will see you back here next week, November 5th, live right here on Facebook.
Hopefully we'll have some election results by then.
Yeah, we should. Well, yeah, let's hope it's happy news. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Also, November 12th, we have Garden City Park Director
Oh yeah.
Chad Chasen, I think. Chasen.
Yeah.
He is scheduled to come on and be our guest on November 12th. So
Yes.
Looking forward to meeting him and see what all they have going on at the park. They have a lot of stuff going on over there too.
Yep.
So we'll see you next week right here on Facebook. Until then, thanks for listening. You guys stay safe and good night.